Hi there. As we enter the month of December, many classes are going to start looking into reviewing materials as they head to exams and those assessments to finish up the first semester. So in this video, we're going to take a look at a few different tools you can use in your classroom that make your reviews more engaging, and hopefully the students will enjoy some of the stuff we take a look at today. So first up on the list is going to be Kahoot. Okay, this website is great for doing a game show style interactive quiz. I'm already logged into my account here. So teachers will be in classrooms that have one-to-one devices, or you could do it in pairs if that's what you have. It doesn't matter as long as it's a web connected device. So if your students are allowed to use their cell phones, you can use their computers or tablets, what have you. And you just go through and you can make a quiz. Jumble is a new game. There's also a survey and discussion, but really for what we're talking about doing reviews, you're probably going to be using either quiz or Jumble. So in this video, I'm just going to go through and kind of expose you to tools, leave it up to you to hop on there and investigate a little bit further. But students really enjoy using Kahoots. They're going to be looking up on the screen to have their answers A, B, C, D, and then they have to answer on their device in front of them. They are given points dependent upon how quickly and correctly they answer the question, and they will be competing against each other. So students always seem to love to compete whenever I'm talking with them. The next tool is very, very similar. It is called Quizzes. All right, in order to do a quizzes, which I'm not sure if the plural is quizzes is or not. Let me go ahead and get signed in here. Okay, so we can look at all right, here I am logged into my quizzes account. Same thing with Kahoot. If I switch back over to that, there are pre-made Kahoots. But if you're doing a review for an assessment that you're going to be doing in your class, it's best bet to go ahead and create your own. But you can find a lot of stuff that's already built out there. Now with Kahoots, it's all or nothing with what the other person has created. With quizzes, when you're creating a quiz, you can actually bring in other people's questions individually. So you can do a search for that specific topic. Let's say it's a book you're reading in class, like Where the Red Fern Grows. There's a bunch of quizzes already out there. So you can pick and choose questions from different assessments that other teachers have made. Okay, the downside with Kahoot, if I switch back to that, students love using Kahoot, but you're kind of limited to only being in one classroom at a time, which doesn't sound like a problem. The question will be displayed up on the board along with the possible answers using your projector or television, whatever you have in your classroom. And then the students have to look down on their device, and all they're going to see is just the colors. Okay, if you switch over to quizzes, the question is directly on the student's device, so they never have to look up. They just do everything from their device. Advantage to this is if you want to do something across multiple classrooms at one time. If you have some sort of fun activity synced up where you can want to test 3-4 classrooms and let them all compete against each other, quizzes is a better answer there. Now, in my informal surveying of students, they have told me that between the two of them, they like to have Kahoot instead. The main response being that they don't really give an answer, they just like it better. So to each their own type deal here. All right, the next tool is called Goose Chase. This is at goosechase.com, and this is a scavenger hunt. So it was kind of designed more for going to a conference or competing with your friends at a get-together or something like that. But teachers can use it for assessment. They can go in and create different activities that the students have to accomplish. They can put in text-based questions to where, okay, students, you need to solve this. And they would type in their answer. Or students need to take a picture of them completing a challenge, or even video record themselves completing a challenge And as they complete the different activities throughout the Goose Chase, their groups gain more points, so they're competing against each other. It really is a scavenger hunt. I haven't done one myself yet. I'm looking forward to doing that here in a few weeks. The downside to Goose Chase is that it's going to require you to be using an Android or Apple tablet. So not all classes have the opportunity to have those in front of them. So I'd give that as a downside to this particular activity. Okay, the next one, classtools.net. There are a ton of tools that you can use for review. Some of the favorite ones I've done is this arcade game generator as well as Pac-Man. You can put your questions into these and they have multiple choice answers. The downside to this is it's not the easiest to get up and running. Once you do it a couple times, it's pretty simple. Everything is text-based for setting it up. But when it's free, you can't really complain about it. And the kids enjoy playing games, so it captures their attention and embraces them in the content. And there are a ton of other things, not just for reviews, but you can see a bunch of tools that you can use in the classroom here. So definitely one worth checking out. It's called classtools.net, right up here. The next website I'm going to show you is kind of similar to Class Tools. It's called Flippity. What's great about it is they have never ending, it seems. They are always adding new activities. The downside is that if you are not the best with using spreadsheets, it's not always easy to get up and running. They do have a great job for showing you templates and giving you instructions on how to do it. So it's definitely worth a shot. I mean, you got flashcards, a quiz show, word search. There's plenty of opportunities here, not just for review in your classroom, but to enhance your classroom in other ways as well. So definitely one worth checking out. That's flippity.net. Okay, next one is called FlipQuiz to go along with this quiz show style. Remind you a little bit of Jeopardy. FlipQuiz is pretty much exactly that. There's a free version and a premium version. So you know what that means. Some of the really good features are going to be ones that you have to pay for. But you can get up and running. You can create your own quiz pretty easily. I'm not going to go completely in depth, but you'll give it a name. You can see some boards that are already out there. So let's just say I want to search for a periodic table. And let's see if there's anything out there. Alright, so you can see here that there's the different categories, the different questions and answers. And if you wanted to play, simple, just up like that. You can have multiple columns. This one only has two. It may not have been the best example to give you, but you click on that, and there you go. Reveal the answer, and you can keep track of scores on your own. Pretty simple and easy to set up. Alright, last one I'm going to show you here is Quizlet. A lot of people have seen this, a lot of people have used this. Quizlet.com. You can see the way it's spelled right up here in the corner. Alright, this is great for creating flashcards. So you're going to put your information into Quizlet, and then you can turn it into games. Students can access it to do flashcards just like they would, only they're not writing them out themselves. Or you can have them create them as well. Downside to this is that I've been hearing from more and more schools that if teachers don't click to not allow access during a certain time period, some students are going and doing a split screen on their device. So they have their assessment open on one of those screens, then they have Quizlet open on the other. So they're just going and looking at information. And it may not necessarily be the one that you created. It could be some other teacher. You know, a lot of people may use the same software that has a pre-built test bank. So be mindful of this when you're creating your assessments. Make your questions so that they cannot be easily Googled, as well as maybe stop and take a look and see if you're taking it from a test bank, check to make sure it's not on Quizlet. And always be mindful up and walking around when your students are taking the assessments. We want everything to be authentic. So that's it. Quick run through again. We've got Quizlet, that's for making flashcards. We have FlipQuiz, which is going to be for making a Jeopardy style game show. Flippity.net has a bunch of great options, including a game show and flashcards. We have ClassTools.net, which has arcade games that are going to use the content from your class, as well as a bunch of other things on here. We have Goose Chase, which is going to be a scavenger hunt. Get your kids up and walking around in the room, and they'll have a blast demonstrating that they know their content. Quizzes is going to be for making a game show style. You want to answer quickly and correctly style assessment. Great for formative assessments as well. And then Kahoot, same general concept. Where I'm going to put questions up in front of you and you want to answer quickly and correctly. So that's a quick rundown of a handful of different tools you can use in the classroom to do a review with your students. Hope you find something that you can use with yours and that your students really enjoy it. Have a great day.